Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I don't know when you guys are going to be watching this. My name is Manuel Becerra. I'm going to be talking about how this ball, this pair of shoes, and this social media personality have impacted my life. Do you see the correlation between any of these? You probably don't, at least not yet. One of these started my interest in the other two at least. I'm gonna start off by talking about how basketball has impacted my life. I started playing when I was 5 years old, in a Gus and Goldie City League. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of it. It was really popular in the early 2000s. That was my first ever basketball team. That was the first time I had ever played organized anything. I then didn't play much after that until the 8th grade. Never really played anything consistently until the 8th grade. That's when I started playing basketball consistently. It became a major outlet for me. I made many friends, learned from many people. It became the biggest thing in my life until it became the worst thing of my life. I became very scared after multiple injuries. My senior year in high school, I fractured my fifth metatarsal on my right foot. And after that, I became very scared. For a while, I didn't know if I wanted to play anymore during high school. It became very scary. But that's how all my stuff, all the reason I care about shoes through basketball, because of seeing all the other people with shoes. I couldn't really afford shoes when I was younger. I was always one pair of shoes for a whole season, or sometimes even that whole year. And so my cousin gave me this pair of shoes. It's the Flint 13s. This is the original pair. This was one of the first pairs of shoes I absolutely had to have, but I couldn't afford to get them when they came out. And my cousin had a pair, and he gave them to me. It's a real. These are no longer usable. They're falling apart. I keep them for that reason, because he gave them to me, and it holds a real special memory for me. But that was basically what started my love for sneakers. After that, I started collecting, sort of, just getting more and more shoes that I could get my hands on. Anything really, like it was Vans, Jordans, Nikes, some Adidas. They became a really big part of my life. It was more about the shoes than anything after that. I became a reseller a little bit after my senior year. It was going really well for a while. Then after that, it didn't really go so well. People started doing it more, so the business was cut short, I guess. But sneakers started me into something else, which basically went into my love for art and street culture. I started drawing and stuff when I was about the 7th grade. I had an art class. I remember my art teacher, Mr. Lopez, he really liked comic books, and he got me into comic books, and I started getting my hands on magazines with like cartoons, comic books, different things I could draw, like cartoons I could draw, and I got super into that. And from then on, it kind of just started transforming into different things. Then I started getting into painting. Then I liked photography, and through photography, I started getting really into street culture. So seeing all the different pages on Instagram and stuff like that. That's how I found out about Sean Witherspoon. Sean Witherspoon owns a vintage resale shop in Virginia called Round Two. It even inspired me to start like a little online store Didn't go so well either. But he really got me into vintage clothing. I was really into like the skater type slacker look for a while because of him. Um, he was a major inspiration into the way how I dress and the shoes I like and all that kind of stuff. And that's all started because of, I guess, because I like basketball. Through basketball, that's how I started liking shoes, and through the shoes is how I found about street culture. Um, and it's all really tying together now. I've really been involved in looking into different streetwear companies like Supreme, Bape, Minimal, different things like that, and it's all because of my love for basketball. That's what really started all of this. I'm rambling now, but that's about it. Thank you for watching, and you guys have a good night, evening, morning. Thank you.